Alright, super quick video on how to upgrade RAM in a pre-built or an existing PC you already have and you're just not sure how to do it. First things first, unplug the power. And then next, before purchasing new RAM, you should see what's in it. This one is XMP, so I can look up that company, find the match to it, and buy a match. It's too expensive, so it was cheaper to literally go with a new kit. Next, you have to look at what your motherboard supports. So this one is 2666 max, but if you find a good deal on higher MHZ on DDR4, which is the current one, DDR5 should be out by the end of the year. You can go with a faster one, and will automatically dial itself back to whatever your motherboard supports. If you have a cheaper Ryzen motherboard, I believe it caps out at 3200. A cheaper B460 or B360 or B365 Intel caps out at 2666 with i5s and 2400 with i3s. So what you have to do, I'll show you guys. See these little tabs? They just open. See how like those? That's it. The bottom one should open on most cases, but this one it doesn't. They're locked in. So you just pop her open, just like that, and then pop open the bottom one if it has it, and then just work your way out. If it's one like this, it's a bit of a pain in the butt. You have to go in at it really weird. But if you have the one that opens up on both sides, it's super easy. So next, when you have the RAM and you know which way you pulled it out, always just do this. See if it lines up with your new RAM to see which way it goes in, because this little line isn't at the same spot. See if I flip it this way, it doesn't line up, that little hole. So just do that if you're not sure which way it goes in. So I know for a fact this one goes in this way. So you go at this straight, and if this is your first time doing this, make sure to lay the PC down. I've done this so many times that I'm pretty comfortable with my experience that I can do this straight up. But if you're not, don't do it, because it will probably fall over on you. So there's one, and then the exact same way. And when selecting these channels, if your PC came with it, is one channel sitting there, it's definitely number 4, the very last one. But you'll have to look at your motherboard. I don't know all of them off by heart, but I know for this one, it's 2 and 4 for the first two. And just click her in. Alright, I'm going to push those in with 2 hands just so I don't break anything, and then I'll show you guys how to set it up. Alright, so now once the RAM is both in, and this one is in a safe location, you can always sell it. If you don't have a match for it, you're going to plug the PC in. So just super easy. Flip her on. Make sure I push it in farther. And there. Let me just turn off the light. I'll show you guys how to set this up. So, nice RGB ones. And it should force us into the BIOS. It can take a couple minutes on the new components to actually post. There we go. And it's going to force us into the BIOS, or at least tell us to continue. No, 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 no. Just got to do a hard reset and then restart. This is pretty much PCs in a nutshell, where things never go according to plan on the first try. Oh, that's weird. It didn't pull us into BIOS. Whatever. We're just going to make sure it's there. So you can actually search RAM just to make sure, and it will show your RAM info when you do an upgrade like this. So now we can see that we're at 16 gigabytes installed. I am going to do a user benchmark to make sure it's actually at its proper speeds. It should be at 2600. So I'm going to do that. Usually it will bring you into the BIOS and you'll have to type in your CL channel sometimes, but usually computers are pretty good nowadays. But you see right there it says CL16 2020. You just want to make sure that the CL matches that, especially that first number is most important. But yeah, and that's pretty much upgrading your RAM in a nutshell. And if you do get the black screen like I got, just turn off the PC and turn it back on. 90% of the time, that fixes everything.